I've read your bio here, and you are something else. And what's your husband's name?
My husband's name is Justin.
Justin. I can see right now that Justin and I have something in common. We both married above ourselves. But Jasha has her mother and her father and two twin boys. What's them boys' names?
Their names is Tristan and Brevin.
Tristan and Brevin. And how old are they?
They're 2.5.
2.5. There they are. And that's what Mother's Day is all about. Well, listen, Jasha, I want to ask you a couple questions. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What was your maiden name first before you got married? Where'd you go to school? Tell me a little bit about you.
Okay.
Where are you from?
Well, my complete name is actually Jalesia Franklina McQueen-Gadberry now. It's a very long name, but people
very
know me
beautiful
by,
name.
Thank you. People know me by Jasha. And my maiden name is Jalesia Franklina McQueen, and then I added my husband's name.
That's a good thing.
And I was born in Japan on an Air Force base.
What Air Force base, please?
Tachikawa.
Tachikawa.
Which I don't think is there anymore. I think it's like a hospital now or something.
No, it's gone. I've been to Japan.
And I moved around a lot in my lifetime because my father was in the military.
So, Air Force.
Right. And then they
what's your dad? Your dad and mom are here for the listeners. Your dad's name?
James.
James. Your mother?
Julia.
Julia. James and Julia.
Very good.
Go ahead.
So moved around my whole life, and I'll say it was a very big blessing because it has really given me the ability to get to be in different situations and meet different types of people and different cultures, and that's been just a real gift. My mother spoke to me in Spanish ever since I was little because she's from Peru.
Oh, really?
And my father's from a small town in Illinois.
What's the town?
Oakland.
Oakland, yeah, Oakland, Illinois. All
it's
right.
a mile by mile.
We'll have to have them back on to see how someone from a small town in Illinois met with a lovely lady from another country.
Yes, that's a very long story.
Yeah, we'll cover that
it's
in another
a good
time.
story.
All right, so you moved around, and you have any brothers and sisters, by the way? They're going to help you with a huge Mother's Day present tomorrow?
I do. I have a brother, James. He's the second. And Jasmine, or Hasneen, as we call her. And she lives out in Colorado with her family.
Okay. So, where'd you graduate from high school?
Oh, that's the famous St. Louis question, isn't it?
I don't know. It happens here in Washington County, anywhere in the 26th Senatorial District.
Lecanto High School is where I went to high school, which is in Florida, actually. My father, we lived in Germany for about 3 years, and after my father retired, we moved to Florida. And so I lived in a small town, rural area.
Close to where?
It's about 70 miles north of Tampa.
Okay.
Okay. So it's on the Gulf side.
Gulf side, western side of Florida. Then what did Miss Jasha do?
Well, then I ended up getting an ROTC scholarship for the Army, and I went to ended up graduating at the University of Tampa, and then.
ROTC scholarship?
Yes, I did. I got an ROTC scholarship, 4-year scholarship. And the funny story with that is
You went in the Army?
Yes,
Your father was in Air Force?
He was in Air Force, yes. He was enlisted, actually.
That's all right.
And he was glad I was going to be an officer.
And you're sitting between a fellow who's in the Air Force, a man who's in the Marine Corps, and you're in Army.
Right, and my husband was also in the Army.
So we got all we needed was a Navy. I thought, hoping you're in the Navy there.
And my mother was an undercover agent for a federal bureau in Peru. So
nice.
So anyway,
we won't videotape her.
Yeah. So there we are. Graduated from Tampa. Then what?
Then I went to the Army, active duty. I was a Medical Service Corps officer, and I served 5 years. And then I decided to go to law school.
Where?
Southern Illinois. Carbondale.
And graduated?
I graduated, and then I ended up getting a job in St. Louis, and I loved it. I love St. Louis because it was a great compromise. A lot of people say, how can you like St. Louis after being all over the world? I mean, didn't you like Europe or something? And I'm like, no, St. Louis is the best compromise. It's a small, big town.
I agree.
And it's a great place to raise a family. Yeah, well. Of course.
Yeah. And so you're a practicing lawyer. What's the discipline? You're a young lady, in your law firm. First of all, what firm are you with?
I have my own firm.
Excellent. So Folks, this is the third person today we've had who've got their own small business. Tell us about your law practice for just a moment.
Well, McQueen-Gadberry LLC was founded on some different principles than normal law firms. I've worked for some of the largest law firms in town, and I've had my own clients for a long time, and I finally decided that I really wanted to have more control about, especially what I charge people, because attorneys have always gone by the billable hour, and I don't know if you've ever dealt with an attorney, but that can get costly. I mean, after phone calls and emails or whatever. So I decided that I was going to do things a little bit differently, and I wanted to create that relationship with the client. So what I do is I do flat fees, and I do flexible fee arrangements. So you'll know how much something's going to cost you up front, and then we work on a payment plan, and then I can actually build a relationship with the client because they don't mind calling me or mind meeting with me, and it's just
the meter's not running, so to speak, when they talk to you. They know what it is.
Exactly.
What's the name of your law firm, real quick, and how can they get a hold of you? How can they reach you?
It's McQueen-Gadberry LLC, and our office is based out in Sunset Hills. And the number is 314-238-1368.
Say it again for me.
314-238-1368. Yeah. And
Okay.
it's called, and if you look up www.mcqueengadberry.com, you'll come up with our website. And basically, we focus on corporate, small, mid-sized business, entrepreneur startups. I also do some immigration law. I also do some international work. So it's a very, very exciting time. And I'll tell you, there is work to be done out there.
You're not hurting for work then?
No, I've been very, very pleased with the amount of work we've been getting, and referrals.
That's good. I got a question for your mother. Is she sitting back? Slide up to the mic a little bit on that stool there. She's holding one of the boys. Which one is that?
That's Brevin.
Brevin. I have a question for you. You and your husband on this Mother's Day, you proud of this girl? Are you proud of this daughter of yours?
Oh yes, of course.
I can only imagine.
Even before she was born, I was proud of her.
Yeah, I like
That's a
that.
long time.
You know, as a mother to say that. But for the listeners here, we got two twin boys sitting here. One's on her dad's lap and one's on her mother. Being a grandparent, you're probably just a little bit more proud of them grandbabies than you are that granddaughter. That daughter.
It's great, but in that different level.
I know, it's all totally different.
It's different story.
Yeah. Oh, that's very good. And you were a special agent.
Federal agent.
Federal agent when you were in Peru. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you've got some stories to tell. And after Mother's Day, we're going to have you back.
Wow.
We'll have you
You better
back.
believe it.
Yeah.
Especially how I met him.
Don't
What
tell
I
you.
say
Don't
when he
tell
married
me.
me.
Don't tell me you had to go get him out of jail. We got an Air Force guy here that's.
Do you know the funny part is that he don't speak my language and I don't speak his, and we meet one each other, and we talk through a dictionary, and then we put a little book say learn English in 15 days. Was a month and I still don't learn. So difficult.
Yeah,
So,
don't tell me you asked her to marry you through a dictionary, did you?
Did.
That's
Wow.
wonderful. That's a
Like
great
6
story.
months, wasn't it?
Folks, we're coming up on a break. It's Your Nation. We got a great family here. We want you to call in and talk to us. And not only is this young lady Jasha a great lawyer, a great mother, but she has a musical talent that we're going to share with you right after the break. I'm Jack Jackson. It's Your Nation. Stay with us.
oh, if I can tell you this story.
We'll have you back.
Hey, baseball fans, now is a great time to switch your auto
We
insurance.
have a 2-minute break here, and then I'm going to have you.
Your auto insurance
Okay.
through
And then
AAA. Our competitive rates can save
it was